record. Steve, it's great to see you again. I'm glad we got a great subject here to talk about, this elementary STEM program. So what do you got going on today?
Hey, Gary, good to be with you this morning. I'm happy and excited to talk about the STEM elementary opportunities that we have available from the Illinois State Board of Education, and just excited about having this presentation with you.
So I'm gonna let Steve talk here. I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm Gary Cotie. I'm from the Innovative Curriculum Resource Project. It's out of Illinois State University. And I'm the actual manufacturing, engineering, technology, and trade state leader. But I'm going to turn this over to Steve. He's going to start this thing out at the beginning. And maybe Steve, you might introduce yourself a little bit too.
Sure, absolutely. My name is Steve Parrott. I'm with the Illinois State Board of Education. I'm in our CTE and Innovation Department, and I'm our Technology and Engineering Principal Consultant. So happy to be here with you guys. So let's just talk about TEEMS. And the opportunities that our elementary teachers, pre-K through really through 6th grade, maybe 8th grade, will have an opportunity to be able to use these resources. I'd like just to introduce a little bit about ITEA. ITEA is the International Technology and Engineering Educators Association. It's a professional organization for the advancement of teaching integrative STEM through innovation, design, and engineering. Basically, its mission is to promote pre-K-12 technological and engineering literacy for all students by supporting those who teach these subjects and the professionalism of those who are engaged in the pursuits. So what is engineering by design? Engineering by design basically is the model that is built on Common Core state standards, high school, middle school, elementary, basically on the next generation science standards, the standards for technological and engineering literacy, also known as STEL, principles and standards for school mathematics, Project 2016, benchmarks for science literacy. The pre-K-12 program, this program has been mapped to also the grand challenges for engineering. This slide here was going to talk and just basically show that it is a comprehensive pre-K through 12 curriculum with lessons pre-K through 2, 3 through 6, and then each grade level thereafter, with the comprehensive basically building blocks on each of the standards for all that was just mentioned. So EBD TEEMS is technology, engineering, environment, mathematics, and science. This program, pre-K through 6, has 20 lessons in each grade band, ranging basically from 20 minutes to 3 hours per lesson. It is an integrative to the other courses for that integrated STEM experience for our teachers. And basically course lengths are really 6 to 8 weeks, or however you can fit it into your particular program. So each grade band has a specific focus, theme, I guess you could say, starting off with pre-K with Our Living World, kindergarten, A Home for All Seasons, grade 1, Can You Hear Me, grade 2, From Nature to Me, grade 3, Natural Hazards, grade 4, The Power of Solar, grade 5, Our Water, Our World, and then in grade 6, Our World and Me. So there's two different types of the engineering by design curriculum. The first type is what we call the standard edition, and basically that's free to any teacher in the state of Illinois as is. The second approach is what we call a media rich edition, which you would access through the EBD Buzz Learning Management System. And Illinois is a part of the STEM Center for Teaching and Learning for the engineering by design curriculum. So again, our teachers would have an unlimited access to the standard edition without the pre and post tests that you would have with the engineering by design Buzz. And the EBD Buzz, or the Media Rich Edition, is really accessed through a web-based approach, and it does have pre and post tests. You would have access to data analytics, and then you'd have up to 5 teachers per building for an additional fee And the fee ranges, but basically I think it's roughly around $250 per course. And you can easily customize it to meet your specific needs. And you would have also tech support through EBD Buzz support.
Hey, Steve, I just want to interject here. The basic package is free, right? I mean, without the pre and post tests that we were just talking about here.
Correct. So the standard edition, pre-K through 12, any teacher in the state of Illinois would have access to it for free. It is really the same curriculum. It's just that it would be more in a PDF format versus a web-based approach where there'd be a little more interaction and also some additional resources as well. And this slide here gives a little more information how you can contact me. If you want more information from our website, my website at ISBE, you can just Google ISBE METT, and you should come up to this page here, would have some additional information, which changes periodically as we add more stuff. But if you notice down at the bottom, there's more information about the elementary STEM resources. We've had a few other recorded webinars and some files on how to access the curriculum for your schools.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to talk now, Steve. What I want to do is I want to kind of go through this curriculum, and this is one way you can access it here. You go to the website here for iteea.org, and if you go to their STEM Center, Engineering by Design, you scroll down, they've got this document that says at a glance, and it's a good document. And Steve, I'm pretty sure that you don't need to have official sign-in. You can just go to their website. I think I've tried this a few times.
That's
If
correct.
that's not the case and you find out otherwise, contact Steve or I, and we'll get you the information here. But this is the document. What it does, it's got a nice opening page here with information about it. If you want to just share generic information about the pre-K to 6 program. And then there's additional sheets for each one of the grades. And this is the first, I'm going to look at grade 1 here. And it's a nice sheet. If you've got a teacher that's interested, and you're the principal, and you want the first grade teachers asking, well, what's in this program? Well, you can print out this sheet here, hand it to them. They can kind of look through it. So what I like to do next is I'm actually going to go through the PDF. This is the one that's available to the teachers once they get their sign up with Steve on this. And this is what I want to talk about in this. It's based on a 6E lesson plan. And if you've been involved in education back in the 80s, there was the 5E lesson plan. And the 6E, all it does is adds another little step in there called engineering. So it's used for science classes basically these days, but it's a very good, it's interactive, it's hands-on, it gets the kids going. I wanted to show you in this PDF the objectives, the standards. They have a glossary for each one, for each grade. They've got safety concerns, which is awesome, which is great for a teacher to read through and understand what issues might happen when they run this activity in their classroom. This is the next one, engineering notebook or a journal, whichever you want to call it, where the kids jot down information. They can draw, little diagrams. They can, converse, cut things out, make them, store them in there. So then there's a courses material sheet, and then I want to show you lesson 1. So I'm going to switch screens here, and I want to go to the actual PDF. And we'll take a look. Steve, can you see my PDF there?
Yes, I can.
Okay. We'll scroll down here. They got all the copyright, all that kind of information, contact information. Once again, I'm going to talk about grade 1. Can you hear me? And here's the 6E. They have the engage, the explore, the explain, the engineer, the enrich, and the evaluate. These are all steps that the teacher goes through with the students here. They talk, here's a description of the time requirements for it. They have big ideas in the lessons. They have the objectives in the lessons. Let's see here. Here's the standards. Now remember, we're not actually in a lesson right now. They're just listing out the standards that for all of the little activities that they go through here. Math, we had the English. I'm sorry, I skipped over to English language arts standards, math standards for Common Core, Next Generation Science, NGSS. Then they have a little talk here about assessments. And they give you some ideas, you know, they've got, they suggest a hinge question, think pair shares. So it's very good for that new teacher that you got, you know, to give them some more ideas, you know. There's the discussion over the STEM notebook. And I think that's a great tool. I taught engineering, pre-engineering courses in high school, and we had an engineering notebook. And I always enjoyed going through this. I used it part of my assessment too, that engineering notebook. And then they give you a little outline of the lessons here. And here they tell you, the lesson one is an engaged type lesson. Tell you the time, 30 minutes. You can go through each one. They got the name of it. They give you what the step is, the 6E process. Steve, am I going too fast, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think this is
Okay.
whetting their appetite.
All right. Glossary. This, you know, once again, words, definitions, great things for the students to work with. So they've got these all listed in here. Course materials. All right, I'm going to click. We're going to go to a spreadsheet here. They give you this spreadsheet. So remember, this is grade 1. And the first thing I'd look at in the spreadsheet, I'd go, oh, lesson 4. I do not need any materials. I don't need to order any materials till lesson 4. So that's kind of cool. And they tell you what the materials are that you'll need for the lesson, give you approximate price on them, and even, let me see if I can slide this spreadsheet over. I think I'm doing the right thing here. Yeah, they have Amazon references for the materials that you need in there. So, I mean, if you look at some of these down here, they got a tuning fork. I'm sure you could probably find a tuning fork somewhere else. You can buy masking tape, drinking straws and stuff. You don't have to do the Amazon thing, but at least lesson by lesson, it gives you an idea. Hey, if I'm doing lesson number 9, this is the equipment I got to get before I start lesson number 9. So I think this is one fantastic setup. The other thing down here, there is printed material, and I'm going to show you for lesson number 1 the material that they have for it. I'm going to print one of those out, but here's all the stuff that you would need to print out to have as a handout to the student. Once again, lesson 1, 1.9, 1.10. So they've got them all listed here, so you know what you gotta do with those. So, and I think that's a great. This is a great tool for the teacher to have that available for planning. And of course, it jumps right back up to the top. Let me scroll down. I think next thing we're going to go into. I think they have some additional resources. All right, there's our course material. Here's safety. They have a little discussion about safety for the teacher. General safety guidelines. Never can be too safe in that classroom. Personal protective equipment they talk about. Acknowledgements on this. Oh, look at that, Steve. Illinois, Steve Parrott, State Board of Education. You're famous, huh, Steve?
It's the list of the consortium directors, yes.
Resources, they got website resources in here. Books, hey, here's some books you can order. You know, it's always great. You're doing reading to these students. You want them to learn how to read. It's a great time. So, all right, let's take a look at lesson 1. We got a little overview in lesson number 1. Some highlights. Remember, they said lesson number 1 was an engaged one. They list the standards, okay, and the benchmarks for this. So they have it right there for that lesson. What is the learning objective? They have the 6E lesson plan laid out. They got teacher preparation paragraph. They got the teacher's procedure. There's your materials. So there's a little safety and conduct. They give you an idea of what to do for assessment in here. And to end this, they have this little file here. So we'll open this file up. I hate to refer to this as a worksheet, but this is something that the students can, can you hear me? So they go through this, and I mean, I assume the teacher could use this for some type of assessment, but unbelievable resources in this. So I think I covered all the things that I wanted to talk about, Steve.
Yeah, I think this is a great way to try to introduce STEM curriculum to our pre-K through 6 teachers who may not be so familiar with STEM. And really, this is just an integration of what they can put into their current curriculum. It's not an addition. This is not something that they necessarily would have to take additional time for, other than just trying to introduce it also into curriculum that they're already teaching, and using it however it would benefit them and their students. And so we're just trying to provide some opportunities, for our teachers across the state. And in the earlier slide where we were talking about METT, I don't know if you can get to that or not, Gary.
Yeah.
One of those particular webinars that we did there, basically there's some additional STEM resources other than the curriculum, this EBD TEEMS curriculum. You would also, as a elementary teacher, have access to membership to the ITEA STEM Council, and you would have some other access to other resources, the STEM Elementary Journal. But there's more information in those particular webinars that you can get as well. And if you have any questions about what Gary and we spoke about today, you can feel free to contact us. Right now I'm working remote, so I'm not in the office. So the best way to contact me is by my email, sparrott@isbe.net. And I'd be more than happy to help you access the curriculum. One thing that you will have to do is you will have to get a login name and password. It's free to get that at ITEA's website, but you will have to have that in order to access the curriculum. And we can go over that with you as well. I don't know, Gary, can you go to that one slide where it was the slide of keep going about the ITEA website page? Did you have a slide on there that had that?
Yeah. Let's see here. This guy right here?
Yes. So if you go to that, I don't know if can you click on that there?
I can.
Let's
Let's
if
see
that'll
what
come up.
happens. We always, things happen in Zoom sessions, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, there we go.
So what you would do here is you would, on the top left, you can create an account, and then you would log in after you create that account. And then in order to access the curriculum, Gary, if you just go over and to the STEM Center to the right there and click on the STEM Center Consortium to the right.
Oh, went the wrong way.
If you click on that there. Now what you would do after you had your login name and a password, you would just click on that, go down to the state of Illinois on the map, click on that. And you would be able to click on accessing the EBD curriculum and some of the other tabs there that would get you access. Right now, no one's logged. I don't think anybody's logged in right now onto this, and so you're not going to be able to see the curriculum. But if you were logged in, then we could go in and look at the actual lessons, and that's how you would actually grab those lessons. Also, right where you're at, Gary, if you wanted access, if you wanted to preview the Media Rich edition, just look at it for 7 days or so, you can request for EBD course review access just right below there. And then they would, ITEA would give you access to 7 days to any of the curriculum courses that they offer if you would just ask. And that would give you a little more of an idea of the difference between the Media Rich edition and the previous edition, which Gary was going through. But really, it's really simple. Just log in name, password. You would go over to the STEM Center, click on the state of Illinois, and then you would have access to the curriculum. It would be always nice if you would include me in an email, because what we're trying to do is when you put in your login name and information, that you'd have to give some type of indication that you're from the state of Illinois, because that would give me a notification so that I can go in, see that your name, and click on it so that you would have access. So pretty simple.
All right, Steve, I think this is awesome for elementary school teachers, you know. And once
Absolutely.
again, they don't have to go through it sequentially. They can pull out something that's correlated into their regular whatever's happening in the classroom too, right?
Absolutely. And one of the things that I really like about the Engineering by Design curriculum is really it can be used as a course in its entirety if a teacher wanted to use it, basically junior high and up to the high school, or teachers can use it as a resource. So just pull a lesson and put it into their curriculum that they currently have. And that's what I love about it, this curriculum. There's so much flexibility with it, and it has been time tested and well used across the country.
All right, so I think Steve and I are going to sign off for today. And like I said, there's our contact information. And if you're looking for stuff, get a hold of us. We'd like to see this going up and running and get feedback, right?
Absolutely. Yes, we want to make sure that every teacher has an opportunity to know about this, to use it, and we're happy to provide it.
All right, Steve, it's great seeing you and talking to you today. So,
Thank you, Gary. Always a pleasure.
all right, bye-bye.